Madden Football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bengals and the Cowboys, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here. As it'll be the AFC champions Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. Here we go. The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That one to the sideline and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. That's on the guard, Alex Kappa. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Burrow looking to pass. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Well, that's how you use your safety valve, CD. He didn't appear to be the intended target, but they got it to him, and he was able to get just enough to pick up the first.
And what a great example of where we are right now in the NFL, because if you're a running back, you're not just going to carry it. You got to catch it out of the backfield as well. Those combo guys, they're the ones everyone wants on their team.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 39, Burrow. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
11 MT, 11 MT. 11.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So on is the lefty, Kevin Huber, to kick it away for the Bengals here on 4th down. Let's take it inside his own 40. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. They start on the ground with Elliott. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed, and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team the best chance to win.
Second down, Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 13.
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
Now Prescott. Being chased out left. He's got him in, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. From the red zone now, Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The strong windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. On 2nd and 10, Prescott. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. No, not exactly the way that they... And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Bengals drive about to get going. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the 1st quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marquise Bell. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. That free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting. And he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
Von Bell up to make the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Tolbert, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Burrow. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert And that'll keep the drive alive. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. We talked about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Micah Parsons able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, we just got to do ball control. This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And across midfield he goes, hit into Bengal territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Draw play, Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Prescott down. It's caught. Tolbert. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. The Garabay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On second and a couple. Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
11.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
I'm one, ready?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
Here we go.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And his throw is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here we go, here we go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
11. Gotta go.
Up the middle, here's Sermon. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. First down, here's Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. They give to Sermon out of the gun. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
11,
Now it's Burrow. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And they'll run with Sermon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Trey Sermon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Here's McPherson now to send it away. Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle it down a couple of yards shy of the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
Looking to throw on second down. Prescott. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give him the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. 43 yards on the ground for him so far.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams would take that every single time for the first play of the drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Sermon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here we go.
Here's Sermon. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
11. On second down, it's Sermon. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl.
Here we go.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turn the ball over. Terrible.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Prescott's Tolbert hauls it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On second down, Elliott once more. 2 yards, good enough for first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They go to Elliott again. And he stopped immediately there. Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Prescott now on second down. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
A first down throw for Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. Touchdown! Ezekiel Elliott, 35 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Call it an even 20 yards on the pickup. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here in Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the 31, Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll be brought down at the 27. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, face facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
11. 11 empty paint. 11 empty paint. 11.
Again, it's Burrow. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The LSU connection, Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice, long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. To the air again, Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. 63 yards rushing for him now to this point. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Prescott. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 2 yards on the pickup, but that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 43. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. Yeah, good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount. He got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. On 3rd down, Elliott might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
A 45-yard attack.
Garabay's kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quick.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
And the Dallas Cowboys will hoist the Lombardi Trophy. They are the kings of the NFL. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.